I thought I would take a moment and document this really, really interesting bug, which I think is related to the objects loading. So every time when I load into Sanctuary, or if I fast travel to Sanctuary, this happens. Now I'm hoping, so far it's 100% of the time, so I'm hoping that it plays true this time. So let me show you what it does first, and then I will kind of give you an explanation as to what I think is happening. Well, it's gonna take a couple minutes to load it anyway. So what I believe is happening is I believe that there are some kind of scripts running. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make an assumption here without really looking at any of the scripting or the code. But I believe there are scripts attached to objects in a workbench. So, or in the workshop. And I think that these scripts execute when the workshop is loaded, or the settlement is loaded. So let me show you what I'm referring to. Alright, so I'm crossing my fingers hoping this is going to work. It should get ready to load here in just a second. Come on, you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to head towards here. And usually, of course, it didn't do it this time, did it? Well, phooey. I needed to see the behavior, so let's try this. Let me fast travel away. Let me go to a map. So let's go away from here, quite a distance away. Let's go to Mystic Pines. And then we're going to fast travel back. So I wasn't able to show that. But what happens is my character, and not only my character, but other characters will start moving. It's almost like an invisible wall is pushing them. And I can jump over this invisible wall. So this is the collision mesh that is not at the same location as the object itself. So let's turn this off here. Let's go ahead and get that set off. And let's try going back to Sanctuary. So let's go back here. And it looks like that it really depends on which of the objects, which workshop object is being loaded, which it relates to which mesh is disconnected from what you visually see. So I don't know if this will work, but we'll try. So usually when I appear and I go directly to the workbench to put things in, usually it will move me. So usually what will happen is, and I think the mesh that's not fully initializing isn't coming from here. If it was, there we go. Watch. See how that's moving me back? I'm not moving it, but I can jump. If I can jump over. There we go. I see. I walked on top of it and I jumped over it. So now whatever that is not there anymore. But it come from over here. So when a workshop object loads, it has a mesh. It has the visual appearance. So this would be the visual appearance. See, this is the visual texture. So it knows where the texture should go. Okay, see in this instance how, these objects, whatever, this object didn't fully load. So it knows there should be a texture here. However, the collision is not there. That is why I can pass through it. And we knew that. But as you noticed, when I moved this way, something started. I'm actually running. You hear me press on the keyboard. Something's actually moving me back. I wasn't doing that. And I could jump on top of whatever it was. And then once it moved, so that is the collision mesh that is disassociated from the actual object itself. And I'm not sure what that object is, not unless I can actually see where the collision mesh is. So here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if objects that are loaded by the workshop, if they have scripts associated with them, with something like, let's say, transfer settlements, which is what I'm using, and then I know SimSettlements has a very similar issue. So what I need to do is I need to, and I notice when I go back in and edit. So if I go back in and I actually find objects, and usually it's walls, doorways. So far, I've only seen it with walls, doorways, and floor pieces, but not necessarily a flat floor piece, but what do you call them? Foundations. So I've only seen them with a flat floor piece. I've never seen it with ladders. A flat floor piece like this. See how I fell through, and I'm able to walk through these. But you can see that I can't walk through everything. I wonder if I could walk through this. Yeah. So in this case, I can walk through some of these foundations, and I can go up the ladder. However, it's the foundation pieces,
Take care of your
the
gun.
flat floor pieces, the foundation pieces, and the doorways. So what we're gonna do is let's go back. Let's go into. Let me see. Let's go into workshop mode, and let's just take a look. Let's just kind of go take a look. So those floor pieces have collision associated with them. This one does not. That one does not. That one does not. So what I think is happening is, for some reason, I think there is, see how the doorway does, this doorway does not have collision because I cannot select it. I can select the wall, but I cannot select the doorway. And it's usually doorways, floors, and foundations. Those are what gives me the problem. So I am sorting this. I don't know why this would matter, but I am sorting this from when it sorts on the z-axis or the y-axis. I forget which axis it is. So it's sorting the objects from the lowest object to the highest, and that way it looks like it builds the foundations first. And when it first builds, everything works just fine. So once everything is, what's the word I'm looking for? Once, like if I'm actually running transfer settlements and it's loading or placing all of the objects, everything works fine. I do not have this issue. When it does it's what is called transformation, or when it calls what transfer settlements might call stabilizing, I don't have the issue. When it powers up, I don't have the issue. It's when I travel away from things that are scripted, that are placed via scripts, there's a problem with it. And I think, as you saw over here when this was pushing me back, it's like the mesh, or it's like the collision mesh. The collision bounds, which is disassociated from the object, is being moved to the object. So as what that meant was, is as the collision was moving towards me, of course the actual image is not there, the textures are not there, it starts pushing me back, and I literally can jump on top of it. So you saw where I could jump on top of it and stand on top of it, but it's simply not there. Let's see. I wanted to say I almost heard some. That's not wood. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to show you. It's almost like the collision is trying to find its way to where it's supposed to be. But as you can see, it did not work. So that's what I think is happening. I think that the collision is loading someplace else. But it's only for some objects. Like why it's for this first object here, I don't know. And if you notice, it's never these. It'll never be these type of pieces. It's always flat floor pieces. It's always it's always doorways, not the door themselves, but the doorway itself. You can see that I can't select it. And I never had it happen to a ladder, and it's always foundations. So I'm not sure what is so special about those particular objects where the collision isn't loading. As you can see, it's walls, but it's only some walls. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. That's what's really odd about it. Now, what I'm wondering is if and I have to post this on the Transfer Settlements website or their mod page, to show them, to link them to this video to where they can see how you can pass through things. So I'm wondering if he provided an option to restabilize, what that would do, if that was possible. And I wonder if there's just simply too many scripts being fired at once, because it's odd, like I say, when I first import, and I'm pretty sure SS2 has this similar issue, because they're, settlement objects are being placed within a script. So, and it's weird because it seems to be random objects. I don't know if, like, once an object doesn't have collision, like this one does not, that has collision. Again, it's a wall. This one I don't think does. But, well, yeah, it does. Okay, so I didn't think it did, but yeah, okay, it does. I guess that's why it's hard to tell, because couldn't really see if it's highlighted. Unless that's an end piece. I'm not sure. But anyways, oh, there's something inside here. Yeah, I don't think it was actually. Yeah, there we go. I could pass right through the wall. So, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So I'm curious to know, is there objects, like, is there scripts associated with every single object in a workshop? And if so, what is the purpose of that script? So if I go into workshop and let's say I place something, I don't know, just anything. Let's say I place this. Let me see. I'm not sure why it doesn't have any clipping, which is weird. It's like there's no clipping on. It's like the floor is low. So I'm guessing that there is some kind of layer, maybe with Workshop, that moves the grass mesh down low, and that's why it does that. Or maybe the ground mesh isn't loading, perhaps. I'm not sure. But if I place this object here, now that I've placed it, is there a script now associated with this object that allows me to scrap it? Or to, and I know it doesn't produce any scrap because I've got it set in Workshop Plus to let me just build things without a cost. Which, I'm trying to think of everything that might affect an object. But is there a script associated with every object? And is there a way to find out if for some reason that script, that all objects have an attach, if they're supposed to have a script, is there a way to find out easily, or someone who knows how to do it, is there a way to tell that every object, if it's supposed to have a script, that every object does have a script? And if it does, is it firing off at the wrong moment? So for some reason it's firing off before the object has a solidified XYZ position, and therefore it's being placed elsewhere. That's really my question. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that, and then again to say you could actually see where it pushed me back, and that happens every single time. So there's some kind of collision object which belongs somewhere else is actually moving this way and then stops. I don't know if it's I don't think it's the workbench. I don't think it's the building, because I was able to jump on top of it. So as far as the game goes, I could jump on top of whatever it was. So it thought there was an object there, but was not. But anyways, I wanted to document that so you could see, because it isn't just that it's not loading, it's loading somewhere else, and it looked like it was moving away from whatever the object was. So it could have been something over here, and it was simply moving away. For some reason, it's being placed somewhere else. Almost like the script still thinks the object belongs somewhere, but it doesn't, which is kind of weird. All right, well, just wanted to document that and get an opinion on it. All right, so yeah, if you know anything or you have any ideas, just kind of pass them my way.